to Costa Rica back when I was 19, and over the many years that followed, I built a life I loved there. I had a cute beach house, a little red motorcycle,
Really large farm right now. There's Lulu.
and I lived in paradise. I realized I was much more of an adopter than a fosterer, and this is how I came to have my pack of rescue doggies.
Fish on! I caught 3!
However, after being very content for several years, the travel bug came back. And even though I loved that I could travel in the off-season, it was always bittersweet because I missed my dogs way too much. What if we could leave it all and travel the world together? I started daydreaming about parking an empty van in the yard, strategically placing only the most essential items inside, loading up my pack of dogs, and driving away. And that was when I discovered a few sailing channels that would change my life. What if instead of a van, we got a sailboat? Our very own little island. While I was busy making plans to sail away, life decided to finally introduce me to the man of my dreams, just in time for him to learn all about the crazy dream I was cooking up and decide early if he wanted in or out. Hydro hadn't grown up sailing like I had, and was not really sure, to be honest, if he would like a life on the sea, but he was willing to give it a try. As part of the plan, I flew to the Canary Islands for a sailing course, and our plan was to find a boat when I got back. Then 2020 happened. While the pandemic was difficult for us in many ways, we had the great fortune of finding a hilltop home where we could hide away from the world to wait it out. I continued to search the web every single day for our future sailboat. The trouble was we felt little roots starting to bond us to the land.
And we have a pretty sweet situation here, to be honest. It's a little bit scary and makes me wonder if we're crazy for giving this up to embark on such an unknown journey that seems a little intimidating.
The sailboat market in Costa Rica is pretty slim pickings due to the high cost of importing boats. So the fact of the matter was, to find something blue water worthy and in our budget, we were going to have to look elsewhere. I took a trip up to the East Coast to look at boats, but if I found one, was I going to sail it back all by myself with almost no practical sailing experience, all the way to Costa Rica to pick up my crew? We heard there were great deals to be had on boats in the Rio Dulce area of Guatemala, and took a much-awaited trip to check out a boat I had found online that ultimately was not right for us. And anyway, that brought up the question of how we were going to get the dogs to the boat. It was time to reintroduce the van life dream as a way to get to our boat life dream. We purchased our sweet little cargo van at the very end of 2020, and I spent the next 2 years in my spare time making her into a little home.
We're about to cut a hole in the roof of the van. About to cut a perfectly good van. Whee! This is the most nerve-wracking thing so far. Can't screw this up. Oh, scary, terrifying. The enthusiasm these dogs show when we're getting ready to load up the van is very inspiring. They just want to be in here so bad. They just make a beeline for the doors. There's Bull. Gonna be your spot, huh, bud? We're just waiting on 2 more, Reina and Bella.
We took our new fan in our van and took a little trip around Costa Rica to make sure that we all fit and that it was going to work out okay. We could have never guessed who was about to come into our life.
Okay, so luckily this does not happen every day. We went to go get groceries and there was all these little kids sitting at a table and this little puppy ran underneath the car. Come here, City, you okay? All the little kids and even a lady said, yes, we think it's been abandoned. Take it. And I said, I really can't, but I also couldn't leave it. So we're going to have to find her a home. It's a little girl. Looks a lot like our little Pepper, except white. But we already have 7, and somebody would kill me.
I guess if you're going to travel the world with 7 dogs, what's one more?
So cute. And I think it has ice cream on its head right here. It smells just like vanilla ice cream. Could eat her. She's cute, huh?
She came in with her big personality and made our crew complete. When the day finally came to leave family and friends and drive away, I think we both wondered if we were doing the right thing.
So I'm freaked out. Am I going to be able to cross borders with 8 dogs? Is this your gut telling you not to do something, or is it just fear trying to prevent you from getting out of your comfort zone? Yeah, I'd like to stay comfortable. I'd like to stay here. Makes me want to cry. I'm so lucky to have lived here. This is very hard. If you don't get uncomfortable, you get too comfortable. It's just not for us yet. So here we go.
But as the wheels turned and the miles passed, we grew more excited about the future and more confident that we were on the right road for us, and the world was waiting. And we were having fun, and our dogs were having fun. We were on our way. We drove through Nicaragua, Honduras, and explored lots of Guatemala from north to south, before rolling into Rio Dulce to start the boat search. There were a lot of boats available, with all sorts of different levels of readiness. And although we looked at a few that were tempting, hand to my heart, when I saw our boat, I knew we had finally found our little island. We enjoyed living in the Rio Dulce over the next year and a half. We did boat work in the mornings and the evenings when it was cool, and in the middle of the day, we found ways to get out of the heat. But when sailing season came this year to the Caribbean, I was so anxious to get out there. If you've seen our last couple of videos, you'll know we have been doing some exploring while waiting for a weather window. And I'm excited to say that the day has finally come. We are checking out of Guatemala and we are heading out into the sea, on our way over to Honduras, with a nice stop on the way in a place called Cabo Tres Puntas. Now the main hurdle between us and there, and the very big step of leaving the safe harbor of the Rio Dulce and going out into the real ocean, is the sandbar at the mouth of the river in Livingston. If you draw much more than 6 feet, you might need to have a towboat come out and tip you over by attaching a tow rope to the halyard and pulling it at a 90-degree angle while you plow ahead, heeled over as far as they can get you. Since we're just on the cusp with just a little over 6 feet, I was hoping and praying we'd make it across under our own steam. We messaged the guy Hugo to let him know we were going to try, but that hopefully he wouldn't be hearing from us.
Alright, here we go, in the channel. We're aiming for a white buoy out there that's so far you can't even really see it right now. Come on, baby, you got it, Isla.
While you're holding your breath and just feeling each little bump of the sand under the keel sometimes, and wondering if the next second you're going to get stuck.
Oh, we're back in 1.7. Ay, ay, ay.
I was nervous and my heart was pounding, so much so that it distracted me from what was really happening here. We were leaving. We were doing this.
My girl! We probably shouldn't celebrate yet, but we're in 2.6 meters and building. 2.8. There's the channel marker over there. 3 meters. Damn!
And then it was done. We made it. With that challenge out of the way, the clear blue water surrounding us, and the dawning realization that we were indeed setting out on our own boat to travel with our dogs, after all of the years and years that had passed since we first thought it might be possible. It was just one of those moments.
I'm gonna have to do something.
A dream had become a reality. And there would be many more dreams coming true in quick succession.
We were in the Caribbean, though. We did it, you guys. Oh, I've always wanted to stand up here on my own boat. Oh, I can't even. Right now it's happening. It's amazing. I've always wanted this for years and years and years. Oh, what do you guys think? What do we think?
Seeing our hull in crystal clear water, having a swim off the boat morning, noon, and night, starfish and fishies and coral, beaches and palm trees. It was all coming true.
When I was researching our route to Honduras, some friends told us that this place, Cabo Tres Puntas, was a good place to stop, but we had no idea what a little beautiful paradise it is. And I couldn't find any information online. So I don't think it's a secret maybe, but maybe just known among cruisers.
Next time, keep those dreams a-comin'. We do our first overnight sail with no autopilot and arrive to our first Caribbean island, the Honduran Bay island of Utila. We hope you'll join us as we get a very pleasant surprise.
And I just can't wait for you to get to see this place.
Until then, thank you for being here. Salty kisses from the Pawed Crew.